Hello world! Wave Time here, bringing to you another episode of EEPower. Today we're going to improve upon our energy network, and I think we're going to start one of those laser tables. Now, I figured out that there was a bit of a problem with the design of my refinery. Apparently having red power cables underneath it is not a good idea for some reason. It doesn't power the engines all the time. So what I did, as you can see, is I put the wires next to it with some cables so that the power wouldn't interrupt with the flow of that oil. And I also replaced these pipes with iron pipes so that when they are very empty, I can just switch them. It's a bit more of a manual effort than anything, but I'd rather doing manual and getting it right, even though it's tedious, compared to doing it differently by doing automation and getting it wrong, which is even more tedious. So I basically went AFK for a while and gathered a bit of fuel, and I think what we want to do with this fuel is to change a lot of it into energy so that we can do some of that automated crafting. Now I think Buildcraft adds lasers, and it also adds some sort of table if I can find it. An assembly table. It'll need a diamond gear, a diamond, and a bit of obsidian. So I guess I'll need to craft that. But firstly, what I'll want to do is have some sort of way to draw out this fuel and send it to some sort of engine assembly. So I'll want to get, let's see, bring out my philosopher's stone and start crafting gears. 16 gears, and firstly we'll want to make a wooden engine. So I'll need a piston yet again. I'll need a few pistons for later. And we got pistons. And I don't have enough, so whatever. I'll copy this into my, my condenser over there. Currently it's working on making some Eternalist fuel to make dark matter later, but I don't have diamonds right now, so whatever really. I'll convert you to some gold for later. I've got enough cobble, and let's see, 1 gear. Wait, let's make our wooden engine first. We got our 2 gears, we got our piston, we got our shiny little piece of glass, and wood. There, we got a redstone engine. Now we're going to need to make some, let's see, waterproof pipes. So I'll get 1 waterproof pipe, since that will be all I need, and connect it to the middle tank since it has the most amount. Connect it to the middle tank. There we go. And put one of you there, and I'll get a lever for later. Good, now that's all connected. We'll have to plan out how we want all of the engines to be lined up. This is where I want it to start. And for the fuel line, I'll probably want 5 engines on each side, so I'll need 10 of those. I'll need more gears than that. So 10 engines, and I'll need the assembly table, and I'll probably throw it over here by expanding this quite a bit more. If it needs more, I'll just add more. So we'll have the engines go out here, and we'll need some sort of water pump. If it's 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Add those pipes there. And add these pipes here. this will need to be our water channel, which we can. Now, as you can see, the oil has finished coming off from there, so I liberated the combustion engine and a pump, which I have in here. Pump. And I'll be able to connect this to another infinite spring. I think I'll put that underneath or something like that. Underneath right here. So create an infinite spring here for our pump to connect to. And I'll need pipes leading out. And I'll also need to put an engine there, but that's complicated things. Yeah, that should work. It might be a bit difficult to get to, but it works. Now I think I'll have the pipes coming from underneath of it. So if we break off this a bit, so that I'll be able to see where the heck everything's going. And yeah. Break you off. Give me. And one pipe's attached. Now I'm gonna need some more cobblestone pipes, so I'll grab some of those and make them waterproof pipes, and I'll assemble my engines and the infinite springs, so be right back and I'll get those. The reason why I'm going through all this mess to make that assembly table is because I'll need a lot of, you know, awesomeness. That's not what the word is, but anyways, I'll need quite a bit of my why do I keep on forgetting? I'm going to need some logic gates. So the only way to be able to do that is to make this energy network, unless I want to make it obsolete right away, which could happen. Now, if I remember correctly, I'm gonna have to remove this area because I'll want the fuel to be coming from underneath it, since I'll need to connect the redstone right beside it. Or else it won't connect at all. It's not that it'll connect not at all. Say that 10 times fast. It's that, well, it'll be difficult. Speaking about difficult, this is really difficult. Guess I'll have you coming out of the back instead. And yeah, I'm losing a lot of pipes here. So don't want that to happen. I'll need to get the infinite source down before I really start anything. This really makes me wish that I could transport fuels using red power, since I could just slap down covers on these things and they wouldn't connect at all, but I can't do that with pipes. It's really annoying, so I have to do a bunch of going around and around and around and around and around, so I'll have to find out how to connect this one without being a pain in the ass. Let's see. Guess I'll have to connect you like that, and I'll need to put the switch down. Huh. Leaves only one place. Oh! Not that place, I can tell you that. How am I? Yeah. To the obfuscation factor. Away. Hopefully I can reach that switch. Okay, this isn't the most beautiful thing there ever was, but I can't help myself. This is not exactly going to plan. Let's just say I'm going to now place these down. One here. And across, I believe it's 5. Yep, I was going to do 5. One more. Set. 2, 3. Mind the gap. Okay, got 5. Now I'll need to send these all down using conductive pipes. So these should all connect. Not there. Perfect, or as close as I'm gonna get. I'll transmute you and lay down wires. Why not? For now I'll do wires, it'll connect automatically. And I'm gonna have to do that, that, and that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So if I put the switch right here, it should all activate when I have fuel. Okay, and the switch down there is accessible. And I can put fuel in there. Good. So let's get some charcoal from my little stash. Don't tell anyone. It's a secret. I read an article on cracked.com, making sure I enunciate that properly so you don't think I'm a crackhead. Anyways, I read an article on that website which said that humans' minds are wired quite oddly in the fact that, when they go through portals, and not portals like in the game Portal, they pretty much lose their train of thought quite continuously. So if you walk through a door in your house, so for instance, have you ever had those times when you go through your house and you can't remember why you were there? Why did you go inside that room at that particular time? You walk through from your living room wanting to get a sandwich, and when you finally go to your kitchen, you're looking in the microwave trying to find mayonnaise or something like that. You just can't continually carry one thought from one room to another. Now, before you call BS, there's actually some science in this, in the fact that humans, they compartmentalize data, meaning that when they compartmentalize data in different cells in the brain. So like they have this area is for video games and this one is for homework. And I don't know why they're that close together. Anyways, so when you go from video games, you're playing video games, and then you decide you want to start working on your homework. So you go to homework. Since they're in different sections of the brain, the video games are not tied to the homework. So you're not as likely to be thinking about the video games as you are in the homework. Now, the brain also compartmentalizes it in the physical realm also. So whatever you're doing in your living room, I won't judge you, don't mind. Whatever you're doing in the living room, it's your brain's specifically designed so that it will not carry on what you're doing in the living room with what you're doing in the kitchen. So you won't start making a sandwich while you're in the living room, which is somewhat of a good thing. So connecting up the engines, and of course it's becoming nighttime again. Hopefully this isn't too long of a video. If so, suck it up. I'm not shortening it for you. Now all that's connected, I think I'll make 3 lasers there, and that should be good. Hold on, I need to put my fuel in. Where was my fuel? Fuel access point is not exactly reachable. Ha! Ha! There we go. Put fuel in here. Okay, so when I throw this switch, the fuel should come in. Huh? That's odd. Wonder why it's like that. Let's try again. There we go. Guess it doesn't like being on a cover. Which is odd because it likes being on a side cover. Maybe it doesn't like being on a free-floating cover as it is. Anyways, I thought that was very interesting. Another interesting thing, though, is that they don't only compartmentalize data. The brain doesn't only compartmentalize data in the physical realm, but also in the virtual realm. So if you're walking through some sort of doorway, you're more likely to forget what you're doing while going through that doorway. So that could be very problematic in virtual games where that is actually the case, where you're going through your base, going to start mining and whatnot, or even farming, going through the base door, and why am I out here? Yeah, I need to chop a tree. Or something like that. It's quite interesting. Though that's just me. I could be completely wrong, and yeah, call that what you will. Okay, so now I need to make that table. Sorry, that was a completely odd tangent, wasn't it? I'll need to complete that table, so I need to get... Hey, I've already got that diamond here. I'll need to make an iron gear. And shift click's not working again. Gotta realize why that's happening. Gold. And finally my diamond gear. So I need diamond, redstone, another diamond gear, and I'll need obsidian. And I'm guessing it's gonna be a lot of obsidian needed. Yeah, so I'll need to make 12 obsidian if I'm correct in my assumptions. And this should make enough obsidian. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You'll see why. There we go. So that'll continue cooking up eternalist fuel. I really need to... did I see that? Ha! 42! I found the meaning of life, the universe, and everything right in my collector. Condenser. Apparently condensers know the meaning of life, universe, and anything. I am such a scatterbrained. Let's continue with our stuff here. So that's gonna take a while before it gets to all of the engines. And I think we should fire up the water source right away to fill them up also with nice, delicious, clean water. Yep, this is entirely obfuscated. I don't think I'll use this particular design at any point in the foreseeable future. It's horrible. I'm gonna need to find out how to make those logic tiles. Anyways, I've got my obsidian here, diamond, diamond gear, redstone, assembly table. Now I'll want to point it here for the laser show. Okay, let's see. What do I want to make right away? I got redstone to make a redstone chipset, and I've got iron to make iron chipset. I'm not sure. How do I make the wires? Probably going to need redstone chipsets. And let's alternate between redstone chipset and iron chipset. So that should work. Though honestly, I have no clue what I'm doing with this. Okay, I'll also need to make those lasers, so I think I've got enough redstone. Of course, it's way over there. 1, 2, 3. 2 diamonds, and I'm gonna need more redstone, I think. Yep. And we got lasers and diamonds. Not gonna be enough redstone, but I guess we'll just experiment anyways. 1, 2, 3 lasers, calibrated for awesomeness. And this is going to take a while, so I'm just going to sit here waiting for the fuel levels in these tanks to rise, plus with the water levels. And I'll sit tight until that happens, and then I'll activate this laser show for your convenience. Okay, these are now full of fuel. I decided to make sure that those are also full of oil. If I were to wait for this small machine to refine all the fuel, I'll be waiting for a while. So later I guess I'm gonna need to design some way to remove all that to get a bigger refinery or something. Anyways, let's look over here, and as you can see, I filled it with redstone, enough redstone at least to get by. And let's get that out of the way, and let's fire this up to see how well it works. Activating. Not activating. Dang it, what the hell? Is this really going to give me that much trouble? Oh my goodness. Activate. Now it's not doing anything. What the H? This is really infuriating, actually. I am really pissed off right now. Okay, we only have 2 going for some reason. Bloody murder. Let's see if this does anything. Hopefully. It's so intermittent, it's unbelievable. Oh my goodness, one moment while I face desk this entire situation. Sigh. It works sometimes, it doesn't work other times. Don't know what's up with that. Come on, work. Okay, from what I understand, it looks like it's going to need direct redstone input, so the only way to alleviate this problem is to alleviate, I didn't say fix it, is to have some of them go in and some not right now. Huh, that's really annoying. If that is the case, at least. Nah, probably not, but yeah, it looks like that's the case. So I guess I'm going to just have to make do with this setup until I can figure out some other way. Maybe when I finally am able to craft red wires, I can have it go like that, but I don't really see any reason why that would be. If someone would happen to know the answer to this question, you can leave a comment in the video and I will try to fix it the next time when I decide to tinker with this, because honestly it's leaving a bad taste in my mouth right now. Hey, look, now it's not working at all. Wave time here. Signing off. Hope you have a better day than I am. Are you enjoying yourself? Hit the subscribe button to continue our adventure later.